Good morning. Good morning. I am solo for a little while. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Suzy Woozy is on her way. She had an appointment this morning, or Tony had an appointment this morning, so she'll be here soon. So I'm flying by the seat of my pants this morning. So good morning, Scarlett. How are you? Yep, shit, it's Thursday. It is. Already, this week flew by, y'all. And Ashley, good morning, Ashley. Hope y'all having a good morning. Hey, Jeffrey. Hope you're doing okay, hon. Debbie, put her one in the chat. And Jennifer Hayes, start early. Johnny is over. I did. Like a whole few minutes early. Take tree guy boss when he comes. Oh, yeah, make sure they don't touch your stuff, girl. Let's see. So Debbie, you getting a haircut? What's gonna spill into this show? What's going on this morning? Did I miss something? What is going on? What did I miss, Jennifer? Oh, you're going to trim your brush too? Your bush? Bush. It's all the same, right? I need a haircut so bad. Were you not in Johnny's? Yeah, for a little while. You talking to me? I don't know who you're talking to. Oh, it's weird being up here by myself. So, Garrett and I kind of got in the house yesterday. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Are you guys ever going live, Jennifer? I thought you said y'all might be doing auctions. That'll be fun. When y'all supposed to do that? Oh, you haven't planned it yet. Let us know. Girl, Ashley, I don't know. I know, Jennifer. I kind of looked at the code the other day, and so I filmed a quick thing of the other half of the house that we didn't see when they were fixing the stuff. So they had to fix the ceiling because the air conditioner that the air conditioner coils leaked or something. So they replaced that, fixed the ceiling, and when we went in there yesterday, it was pretty much cleaned up. So I think we're gonna have to do our walkthrough next after they redo that. God, I can't think. Brain fog this morning. The inspection. Life keeps happening. I know, Jennifer. You got your baby today? That's awesome. Your baby must be getting big now. How old is she, Jennifer? Okay. Baby shower. That's exciting. So what does she have? What does she need? What kind of stuff does she have a theme? Oh, and you got a live tonight. All right, Jeffrey, you can drop your link on. Hey, Claudette, how are you? Well, it's just dawn right now. Suzy is coming. I need to mail her. We just had you had it Saturday. So what's her theme, Jennifer? Or does she have one? Because it's a boy. So That's so fun, planning for a new baby. Makes you want another one just for a couple seconds. Just a couple seconds. And then it goes away fast. At this age, anyway. How's it over there? Anybody still having, she doesn't have one? Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember what my daughter-in-law had for John Paul. I can't remember. It was too long ago. Well, what kind of stuff did she get? I hope it was good. So yeah, so I met Johnny, as he was saying, what she got. And you recorded it. I know, right? So I'm gonna have to post the picture on my community page and see. Well, that's fun, Jennifer. Yeah, this is awkward. Like so awkward. Because I feel like I'm talking to myself up here. But I had a busy day today. I have to bring my sister-in-law. Hey, Melinda and Sweet Zane. How are you guys this morning? I have to bring my sister-in-law to get her squished this morning. I did, Ashley. And then I have to bring my mom. Let's see. I got a picture. I'll show you guys real quick. It was fun. We went to the little Deal Buster store with him and Robert. It was fun. Oh, somebody's walking down the street. I hope Bella doesn't see it. Oh, no. Yeah, it was nice. I got a few things at the store. He got a few things. So it was fun. It was fun. All right. Anybody got a subject y'all want to talk about this morning? I have to go. So yeah, I know I told y'all that already. I have to go bring my mom to the doctor. She's on her way. Tony had an appointment this morning. So she said she was about right before I came on. She said she would be home in about 10-15 minutes. So she better hurry up because I'm not very interesting alone. I'm not as funny as Suzy is. Yep. Is everybody else drowning in rain? Because, like, yeah, not you're entertained. Well, I'm so happy I can entertain you, Debbie. I don't know how interesting I am, but you know how it is. Drowning in rain, Jennifer. We've been getting a lot. Like when we get them, they're bad, but they don't last long. Sunshine and hot. It's hot here. Oh, it says light rain in the afternoon today. I don't know how hot it is. 82 already here. Feels like 90. It's going up to 92. Feels like 99. So Zane made a new video to a song Tooch made for him. If you all would give him a thumbs up later, after he would appreciate it. Sure. I'll go check it out. Can you drop the link, Melinda? Oh, the sun's finally out. I know the other day, when was that? Wednesday? We lost, oh no, Tuesday. We lost Jane to the weather. And then Tuesday night, we lost Suzy to the weather. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer, I don't know how you so fast at that. Oh, it's girl. You get used to it, I guess. I mean, I was born and raised here, so it's you pale in comparison to Jennifer? There she is.
Hi.
I was drowning. Y'all, all I have been getting is spam calls constantly. I mean, one after the other. It's terrible.
I got something from Florida today, and they hung up on me. And anyway, good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Take a deep breath.
I just ran in the house and came online. So
hey, Kathy.
Kathy, Jennifer, Scarlett. You're talking about boobies.
Let me turn this down.
I can't. How do I go back up on these? Anyway. So anyway. Yeah, the appointment is for 7
in the morning. Weird. I got like chat coming up under you.
So we went to the doctor today at 7 in the morning, and we had to buy some soft food. And then we were giving we always have to. Oh, I see that too. We always give CVS like an extra hour to do stuff. And when we got there, they're like, "Oh, we didn't even check our phone messages for prescription callings." It's like if you don't go there and say to them, "I have a prescription, get it ready," and then it's always like, "Oh, wait 20 minutes." He was gonna say, "Wait 20 minutes till I answer my phone messages, and then wait another 10 or 15, 20 minutes till we fill the script." They're pretty bad. Anyway, hello, Melinda, Jennifer, Debbie. Who else? How do I scroll
up? Claudette is here. Ashley. Scarlett. Jennifer.
Hello, everyone. I can't scroll up, apparently.
And Kathy just popped in.
Oh, did all these, is everybody seeing the messages under me?
I don't know. I wonder why it's doing it. You on your phone or your computer?
I'm on the computer.
It went away. I don't know what you did, but it went away.
I pushed don't show comments on stage.
Oh, Jennifer said, "Hello, Suzy. Welcome to your show."
Thank you. I wouldn't have come if you didn't call. I was like, why is she calling me? Is she moving into her house today?
I'm like, hello, it's Thursday.
And then he said to me, that was, he was like, that was John. So I'm like, I wonder if she's moving into her house. And then he says, that you have that thing in 10 minutes. And I was like, So I was like, I pulled into like a real estate parking lot in the next town over. And I said, I got to call her, let her know. But it didn't take that long. I, of course, was breaking the speed limit, driving fast.
Oh, well, don't do that. Jennifer said she can't even read them. How about if I put the comments up? Does that help?
So
Jennifer had her, they had her daughter's baby shower this past weekend.
How was it, Jennifer? Roxy's here with us.
Jennifer said, "Hey, Roxy." She's smiling.
She's smiling.
She's like, "Come home, Mama."
Hi, baby.
Jennifer said you forgot the first show you have every single week.
It's not that I forgot the show. I said I don't even know what day it is usually. Oh, look, another one's here.
Hey, Dee.
Dog exchange. Anyway.
Oh, Norton. Hey, Norton.
Hi, Norty. Puppy.
Jennifer said it was a baby shower. That's exciting, Jennifer. This is grandbaby what?
Hi, Ashley. ID. I'm just,
The
I'm
one.
following what people are writing. They're writing ID. I'm like, ID. Oh, thanks. So I have 2 dogs. The first one was Roxy with the white nose, and that one's Norton.
They are beautiful dogs,
Roxy,
Claudette.
thank you. Roxy's 10. Norton's going to be, on Saturday, Norton's turning 4.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Jeffrey. 4. That's a, the last 4 years were like went so fast for me. I can't believe
know.
it. I mean, well, for the first few months, he came to us right before that hurricane. That was the hurricane that started this whole
I remember that.
You know, your house, my house. I didn't get to train him right away. He just learned lay down like last month. I've been trying to get him to lay down.
Maybe he's just a slow learner. That's all.
He's,
Maybe you're a slow teacher. Let's put it that way. Poor baby.
I was trying. He learned like wait for the like he doesn't charge the food bowl when you put the food bowl down.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, he waits.
Well, you know, Bella kind of learned like when we go outside, like when we were at the other house and I had to go down the steps because I was afraid she'd pull me down. So I'm like, wait, and she'd stop at the base of the steps for me to get down. So
good.
And well, unless she saw a bird that she thought she could catch, and then she was up.
We saw there was so much fog going there. We saw all sorts of animals on the road. I saw something that looked like a mink, a weasel. I don't know, whatever is around.
Oh, Jeffrey said there's a man in the chat, not all ladies. Good morning, Tony.
Morning.
He was more talkative than normal, which is surprising because he had gauze in his mouth up until a minute ago.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, the only thing good about going to the dentist, if it's a good thing, was that I got a cancellation on a tooth cleaning. So I'm going next week. Because it's going to take several months. And I'm like, I'm paying for that insurance and they haven't paid for one dime for anything this year.
You are right, Jeffrey. I don't know what Dee said. Did she say good morning, ladies?
She probably did. I'm going to guess that.
Right. I'm gonna go check out your the live I missed, Jeffrey, and I'll check out your community page. Sorry, it's been crazy here. I've been up. I couldn't get to sleep last night. I was up until 2 this morning. If you notice, I scheduled your doghouse next week at 2:00 this morning.
Isn't it? You scheduled mine? Isn't it on mine this week? I don't even know. No, it's on.
No, this is mine. Yours next week.
You know what? I saw like it was already happening thing. I saw a red thing in StreamYard and I just said, go. It's if you were on like live with someone else, I would have just, hey, I'm here.
Yeah. No, it was awkward. It's awkward being up here by yourself.
Sometimes, yeah, if you don't have like something to read or do, like to talk about specifically, it gets like, oh, I have to think of stuff to say.
Right. So I got my results yesterday, Suzy.
Why? What happened?
I got my genetic results yesterday.
Okay.
And I do have had the hereditary alpha trypsemia.
I'm sorry.
And the MAS2 and the mast cell activation syndrome. So she did a C-kit, which will tell me if I have mastocytosis.
And so, I don't even know what that is, but it doesn't sound good.
Well, mastocytosis.
Mast cells, cytosis.
No, mast cell activation syndrome is, there's an issue with my mast cells. And then the other part is, it is genetic. So they're like subclasses of each other. I'm still
Does it
learning.
change your treatment at all?
Some. And if my C-kit comes out high, then they may have to do a bone marrow sample because that'll tell if I have mastocytosis, which increases your risk of bloodborne cancers. But I'm hoping that comes out but that'll be like another week before we get those results. But at least,
where do they do it in the hip?
I guess I have no idea. But I will be starting in gamma globin kind of immunology infusions.
Is it called
which I have to do the
globulin or
gamma globin? Gamma globins.
Globins, not
gamma globins. My IgG levels are low, which that's how your body fights infections. So, but she said you have to do that the rest of your life because they do wear off. So that's a once a month infusion. So they're waiting on insurance and stuff for that. But I know I'm not. Well, let's see. I was going to say, I know I'm not crazy that the things I've been feeling are, it kind of validates that what every doctor says, oh, maybe you should see a psychiatrist. Like all my stomach issues, the gastroparesis, all that stuff is related.
The only way a psychiatrist might be helpful is that you are in pain, you have chronic pain, and you have syndromes now, and maybe they can help you cope. But other than it's not.
I had a GI doctor.
You're thinking it's like they dismiss you and say you're just nuts.
Yeah.
And like you have.
Yeah, like, it makes sense. Exactly.
You're hypochondriac and you're not. So.
Exactly. Because I had a stomach doctor who I kept having issues, and she goes, maybe you should see a psychiatrist. I'm like, okay. So I saw somebody else, and that's when they found I had gastroparesis, which was causing a lot of my issues.
You should have told her. I'm sure that they could see your email and click off. But I mean, it's like, thank you for dismissing me because you basically malpracticed on me.
I tried to get my records.
Diagnosis now.
Right. I tried to get my records and I couldn't get my records.
My mouth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, let's see if I can make y'all look better. I mean, not look better, but I can see you guys better. My glasses are so dirty.
In the pharmacy, when the guy didn't want to like go through the phone messages for 20 minutes while we were standing there, and I called the dentist office and I said, can you do it electronically, because they're not listening to their messages? And she goes, why won't they do that? And I go, and Tony with his mouth with the gauze, he says, because he's a dick. And the woman, the tech, the pharmacy technician or whatever she is, she's my mom.
Yeah, well, I know. And sometimes I'll ask, like, how much is it going to be to fill my sensors? Because sometimes it's like $75, but when I reach my max, then it's nothing. Well, I don't know. You have to fill it first. And I'm like, the little girl at the front, I call them little girls. They're like kids today. And I'm like, why is this med this amount? It's not supposed to be. Well, that's what the insurance says. So that's what it is. I said, oh, no, baby. I said, you give me the pharmacist right now. And come to find out, it was like $30 cheaper.
Well, every time I go to refill one of my scripts, they say to me, your copay is $55. And I say, it's supposed to be $25. And they say, no, it's not. It's $55. And I said, look in the computer. I have a code that makes it $25. And then they go, oh, they rang it up wrong. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Like, thank you.
I know. It's
pay attention. And because
I know
about it 3 months in a row, now it's $25.
Well, look, I was updating my calendar and I got to like July, whatever. And I told my husband, I said, oh no. I said, I forgot I forgot your appointment and my MRIs are the same day. No, they're not. They're 2 separate months apart. It's crazy. Do you guys have, once you turn 65, your meds are, no, not at all, Claudette.
My husband signed up for a special premium where prescriptions will be less money. So his 2 prescriptions today were less than $2, but it was an antibiotic, which usually aren't that expensive.
Right,
That
right.
expensive, and they gave him his 800 Tylenol for free, like a couple of those. I don't know how many they prescribed for him,
Right.
but
Oh, look, my mom, bless her heart. My dad worked for the state, so her
that'll
insurance is like a group plan, like the same
yeah.
insurance my husband has. And like one of her meds was like the copay was $50. It's ridiculous. Like the eye meds are very, very expensive. And she's got so many. I wouldn't be surprised if my mom and my sister both have the hereditary thing, because their symptoms are so much alike that it's unbelievable. So let's see. We have no medical insurance, so we have good health care. I have 6 months to go. It will save me a few bucks monthly. Oh no, we have to get, like, you have to get Medicare Part D and all this stuff. Now,
right.
even though if I get Medicare, my husband's insurance will be primary.
I don't know what he doesn't tell me what he's paying, because I'll say, how much are you paying? And I'll say, we got a bill for his additional like parts, like part A, part B, part C, part two. And he said, and it said 365. He goes, I'm not paying that for per month. They messed up. And it was like, I don't know if it was a quarterly or a half a year or for,
Yeah.
I think it was.
I think there's like these Medicare, Medigap, and
yeah.
Is it Part D? That's for meds and all that. So you got to get A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
We managed the pharmacist 4 cards to get.
Yeah, and by the time you finish signing up for all those, you probably used your whole Social Security check. I applied for Social Security yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
I teased my husband. I said, "You are officially old because you applied for Social Security," but so did I. So I guess that makes me officially old too, because I'll be 62 in September. So I'm not waiting, because I may be dead by the time I get more money at 65. So
I heard something about Ozempic. The Canadians, the prescription, what do you call it? Like when they have, anyway, it's going to go off label next year because they didn't pay to have the rights to call it Ozempic. Like, what do they call it?
They have the like patent rights for so many years where they can't.
In Canada, in 2026, Ozempic is going to be generic. They're going to be able to start manufacturing it generically, right. And so that means that might actually help all of those medications get cheaper in general, because they might be able to send it to US, or they'll copy the same price.
Yeah. When I first started in 2008, I first started on Plavix for the stent I have, and I was paying $75 a month after insurance and a copay card. And now they have a generic, because that patent time or whatever they call it expired. So because they have so long that people can't put generics out.
Usually it's a 20-year run, but they didn't, they did something so stupid. I mean, like, just to not pay to apply for the extended patent, that's usually like such a nominal fee for a huge company that's making billions almost. Yeah. It's like, why?
I think as long as they get their money up front the first 5 years, they're doing good.
Well, I will say this, like, to do all these studies that they have to do to be compliant, those things do cost lots and lots of money. So it's not like you could just say, hey, we have this drug, want to take it? Like, they have to do trials. And they're
no, Claudette, you have to have insurance if you're having a surgery. Otherwise, you're in a poorhouse.
Yeah,
and you can't have it.
And now you can't just say, like, oh, the hospital charge is, let's say, $3,000, $4,000. The anesthesiologist is a charge. The head nurse is a charge. The diagnostic people, it's another charge.
The meds.
And every other thing, like, I used to get a bill, like it would be $2,000 for a surgery. Now it's like I get 10 bills if I want.
Well, you get, and you have to do I got an itemized bill for a hospital stay that I had, and it wasn't even surgery. They charged you so much per day per oxygen for oxygen. All the pill, each pill they charge you.
Yep.
Each
IV bags.
charge you a bed fee. They charge you if you have tests. You got the doctor who did the tests, the doctor who read the tests. The radiologist sends you a
Probably the
separate
guy
bill.
who wheeled you into the
Right. And now you don't see your back in the day, your doctor went to the hospital and saw you.
right.
Now they don't. You have
They don't
hospitals
take insurance.
who see you. Yeah. So you have hospitalists who see you. In my opinion, that is not continuity care. My doctor knows my situation, but then you have to start all over with a stranger.
I want to
And then
say
every week they change.
a friend of mine in New York City passed out, and she ended up in intensive care for a long time. And I mean, like, she ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks, and they sent her a bill. She has excellent insurance. She was working for the New York City school, like, board of ed. She got a bill for $7,000, and she's like, why? And they said, because people were seeing you when you were unconscious and they weren't on your plan. She goes, then why did they even see me? Why didn't you send me people who were on my plan? Like, I don't. There were plenty of people on the plan. I think you need like a tattoo on the bottom of your foot or at the top of your foot or something. It's like, don't send doctors that don't take the insurance.
Put a bracelet. My docs only. You know, I had a patient one time who had "Do not resuscitate" tattooed on his chest.
Really? Mm-hmm. Tattoo, huh? I've heard of scenarios where, you know, people have DNRs, but the family wants them resuscitated, and it becomes a dilemma. I mean, because if you have the right to have your feelings, like if you sign that contract.
That's why you have to make sure your family knows. That's where a living will comes in. And a medical, like, you know, I could give you medical power of attorney for me, but it's no good until I can no longer make decisions for myself.
And
like people think, oh,
if I was living in Pennsylvania and you're in Louisiana, and then like you end up in the hospital, they don't know to call me. How would they know?
Right. Hey, Denise is magical and boring.
You know, when you're talking about the empathy part, Teresa, it's like if you're unconscious and like you're in ICU and they're just sending. My friend got bills when she was in the. She had been in the emergency room because they didn't have a bed for her, so she stayed down in the emergency room for an extra few days. And she said one doctor, literally, she paid attention to his name because he had a funny name, and he pulled the curtain open and he said, "Good morning, how you doing?" And she said, "I'm here. How could I be doing?" And he goes, "Okay." And he slammed the curtain shut. And she made a note. She got a bill from that doctor. He charged her insurance for like a all he said was, "Good morning. How are you?"
Wow.
And so, you know, it's like when lawyers sometimes call you and they say, "Hey, I went away for a ski weekend." They're charging you the $400 an hour to discuss how they went skiing when it's just horrible.
Have fun. Make sure they buy you a coffee.
Have fun.
Yay.
Yeah, that's nice. Actually, it's the first sunny so far all day long here now. And we've had, it's going to be a heat wave now. We went from I'm wearing jackets to walk around to now it's going to be in the 90s.
Right. So, I guess you always got good with bad, Claudette, you know? Yeah, sometimes we do end up having to be in the hallway. I remember when John shattered his knee on a motorcycle accident, and he was in the hallway for a long time suffering. I mean, they didn't give him any pain meds until he was able to get in a room. It was horrible.
That's not right. It's not right to make people suffer no matter what. Even if you're in a hall, they should have a designated area where they could still like.
Oh no, girl! They line you up like cattle, bed after bed after bed. It's horrible.
It is. That's bad. No, it's really, really bad. I don't know.
I mean, you can have a 12-hour surgery And if there's no bed and you're waiting for somebody to be discharged for you to go up, you have to stay in recovery that whole time, which is not so bad because you got a one-on-one recovery nurse. So
I had that. I'm still paying for that hospital stay 2 birthdays ago, where that doctor sent me a bill for $700, and I was leaning over the food tray, standing
yeah,
up and punching because that was the only position I felt comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable laying down. And she goes, "I guess you're all right," and she leaves. And I'm like, "How could you say you guess I'm all right because I'm leaning on the food tray so that my stomach could be
yeah,
over?"
right. TRICARE is
Right.
wonderful. I've had, I worked at a veteran's home, and TRICARE pretty much covered
I don't know what
most of what
TRICARE
Medicare.
is. If
It's a military, if you were in the military,
oh, yeah,
insurance.
we're not in the military. I mean, we haven't. I mean, our fathers were in the military.
Well, that's good, Claudette. I mean, do they
It is.
make y'all wait longer, Claudette?
It depends. If it's an emergency or if you're in a coma, they're obviously going to take care of you. But like if you need, my friend had a skin condition and they said you have to wait like 6
Right.
months.
Oh, Dee's husband retired, Air
Uh,
Force. Wow. Well, thank him for his service.
yeah.
Definitely. Oh, that's a long time. So your kids were military brats, Dee? No, just kidding. That's what they call them when they go. Did y'all move a lot? It depends. Getting a specialist does take months to see. Wow. I called my mom's pain doc yesterday. I said, I even forgot, brain fog. I said, she needs injections. So in her knees. Well, we can see her. She has to come in. So she's got to go in for him to say, okay, yeah, you can get your shots. And then they're going to reschedule, which is so stupid.
We have to wait for months for doctor appointments too here in Pennsylvania. When I was in New Jersey, it was more populated and it was closer to New York City. So a lot of doctors would move out of New York City to New Jersey. And so since there were more physicians, it was less of a wait if you really needed to see somebody urgently. But it's often still a month wait. And here it could be like, you make an appointment in March and they'll say, all right, we'll do your procedure in August.
Wow.
So it's almost like Canada.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
To get like in New Jersey, I could have had a colonoscopy in like less than a month. And here I had to wait like half a year. If not 8 or
I
9.
have been lucky, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx myself, getting doctors fairly quick. Although I was supposed to see a movement disorder, neurological thing, because of my eyes jerk back and forth and it causes some of my.
Do they call it myoclonic jerks when like I don't know.
No, this is just the eyes. And it causes some other issues. I canceled it because I gotta get this other stuff. I was supposed to go tomorrow morning, but I canceled it. I can't have nothing else right now. It's just too much. Because I have to go see a special doctor who specializes in MCAS and HATS, and she has it herself, which makes it nice because
She might be more empathetic.
yes.
And she has insight into what you're going through.
Yes, definitely. Dee said her husband also retired from USPS. Dang, yes. He must have went in the military at 10. Wow.
Tony's dad went into the military when I think he was like 16, and because his parents signed him off. Back then, they almost didn't care.
Right. I had a little man at the veterans. He lied and said he was 17, and he was 16, and he was in World War II. And he was at.
Tony's dad was in the Navy, and Tony said, he had a good gig. I go, what do you mean? He goes, they were patrolling like the Virgin Islands.
Oh, wow.
And, like the Caribbean and stuff. I was like, sounds nice. If you have to be on a ship, you might as well be seeing nice turquoise water.
Oh, wow, Dee.
Wow, that's
He was
nice.
17 when he went in. Wow. To have 2 careers, you know.
Alaska, Texas, Philippines. Nice.
So you have one of your kids in the Philippines. Wow. Right. I guess it was easy to do back then, huh?
It was. I mean, supposedly the parents signed because they didn't have like a lot of money, and
Mm-hmm.
so he thought it would take a load off them if he was being fed by the Navy instead of the house.
Right.
It kind of is. I need a drink. Wait, excuse me.
Okay. I was just thinking the same thing. I need my husband to go get me a drink. He's still on vacation. God, I'm hoping. Uh I'm hoping we move before he goes back to work. Because it'll be crazy.
I hope so too.
Because I can't lift. So
I know.
but how much you bet I'm gonna have to do something?
Well, if you have really, really small boxes, you probably, you know,
Yeah.
that a
Well,
very
I did buy like small to medium sized packing boxes, so it would be easier to, yeah. Well, John is usually on the boat, so he won't be here, and so TJ Sean can't lift much, so TJ is a big help, but maybe John will work fleet side, which means he won't be able to live in, and he can come back and forth. So I don't know. My husband goes back in July. He's off the whole month of June. He's like, they have to take all their vacation by the end of the fiscal year or they lose it. So he ends up taking his birthday month off.
Why not?
Right. Angie sent me a text last night. She goes, Dawn, she goes, is Garrett screaming at the TV because James is screaming at the TV? LSU is in the College World Series. I said, no. I said, Angie, it's quiet, eerily quiet. So I grabbed the dogs and we snuck out the room before the screaming started. And I said, he's being really quiet. I don't know. And then she sent me a thing. They won. So, oh, that would be wonderful, Dee. But
where are they? Where are they?
I know, right? Suzy needs them in Pennsylvania too.
I just meant like even if they were like in Mississippi, does Angie have any connection? She's not that far. Minnesota. Far.
They're in Minnesota. Dee's in Oklahoma, but they're in Minnesota.
Too far.
Wow.
We're not going. We didn't go to Jersey this week. And next week is supposed to be all in the upper 90s.
Oh, so you're going to have to haul stuff in that heat.
Yeah.
But will it be that hot in Pennsylvania?
I didn't look. But it was hot here.
Do y'all have lower humidity there?
Here we have higher humidity because we're in a like microclimate. And because we live in between, like there's mountains in front, mountains behind, mountains on each side, we get like fog that gets trapped. And when we were driving back, it was gorgeous. It was like the sun was above the fog and there was fog all along the field.
Oh, wow.
And so you could see like, the tops of like the farm, what are those things, like the silos and the, you could see like the animals on the bottom, but there was fog kind of.
Right.
Well,
right. Well, I love it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know, it just looks so misty and interesting. Like just
right.
Nice.
But did you take pictures?
I was driving fast to get here.
Oh, sorry.
I go, that would be a nice picture.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it when they say we get in a cold front, which only means that the humidity drops, which is nice because it makes it feel cooler.
the guy up the hill said that we do always have, like he said, there's usually a few weeks in a row of dry, like you got wet spring and dry spring, but it's already going to be summer, isn't it? I mean, isn't summer this weekend? So
I don't know. All I know is it's been summer here.
Start on the 20th or 21st.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna. So far, it was raining every day for like 9 days, 10 days in a row.
Yeah, it's been raining here, but not constantly all day. Like we'll get, here we get those afternoon thunderstorms and then they go away and then it's fine. But last night I was so hot in here. I keep the air on 70 and it was on 70 and it said it was 74 in here. So I dropped it to 68. I told my husband, I said, cover because I'm hot. The migraine is better today so far, but as the day goes on, it tightens. But I'm due for my infusion on the 25th. So usually the week before but I got so sick when I left the chair. It was bad. Oh. You got 20 rows left? Wow.
How long is it going to take you? That is beautiful. That seems like it could go quick for you.
I mean, how long does it take you to do one row, Dee? Because it seems like you would have to be like really in a quiet space because it's a lot of counting.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I'm going to mute so I can scream at somebody, bring me something to drink.
And I wouldn't be able, I can't concentrate and I can't count. 2 to 3 minutes. It's not bad. So I'm guessing that you could finish it today. Maybe if you sat down quiet, like an hour or two. Maybe less.
2 to 3 minutes for a row.
She can finish that.
Yeah, you can finish that quick.
Yeah. She's working on it.
Get to it, Dee. Get to it.
Yeah, stop typing. Start crocheting. No, we like you participating. Anyway.
I know.
It's not bad. I was watching tutorials from different people were popping into my feed, and I'm in the dentist's waiting room, and I have my earbuds in, and the whole room is empty, and a woman and her kids sit right next to me, and I'm thinking, if this is, the earbuds weren't really silent, because you know how sometimes you can hear people's headsets, and I was going to ask her if she could hear my stuff. I mean, not that I was listening to anything provocative. I was listening till some lady show how the different brushes worked for her when she was making petals and leaves. So, but she made me want to buy a new paintbrush, and I was like, I can't keep buying brushes on these people's recommendation. It's making me broke.
What? You called them?
No.
No, you didn't. No.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Right.
You made it to work?
There's a number 8 Princeton brush for petals, and it looked good.
You were in a rush.
But you know, another $20.
She asked if you called. He said something. She said bye-bye.
Oh, she's probably trying to get ready. I have to pick up my mom after the show, so she's probably getting ready.
I couldn't tell her. No,
How's she doing?
Yep, at work.
How's your mom and them?
Yep.
How's your mom and them? Is it mom and dumb or mom and them?
Mom and them. And it's like short, but how's your mom and them? But it's how's your mom and them?
I understood. That's why I said, is it mom and them or mom and them?
Mom and them.
Mom and them. Mom and them. Mom and them. Mom and them.
My mom and them is good.
Yeah,
bye, Debbie.
Oh, take care, Debbie. Sorry to leave. I was looking for these pens yesterday. They're here. Okay. Now I know.
I was watching this girl on YouTube. Cute little girl. I think she's special needs, and she goes to Dollar Tree and does Dollar Tree hauls. And apparently they got erasable pens at Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna go check it out. But she had some cute little pens, and apparently she's a crocheter because she bought some yarn and some hooks. And
I didn't even check if the one near her has books. I was kind of near there before, and I was, my husband made his appointment so early. I said, I can't even go to the stores. It's so early, nothing's open. And he said, I don't want you going to the stores. You got to wait and see if I pass out. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. And apparently the pharmacy opens at 8 now instead of 9. So it wasn't that convenient. So we just had to wait. We've still waited the 20 minutes. No matter when your prescription goes in, it could be 2 days ago. It's still, you get there, wait 20 minutes.
Like, we have a little locally owned pharmacy that we've dealt with since we got married. And they don't open till 10. They close at 6. On Saturday, they close at 2. And they're not open on Sunday.
It's very inconvenient.
It is. But, when the kids were little, I used to laugh. I'd come out with a big paper grocery bag full of meds for the kids because 2 of them had asthma. So you got the big boxes of the things. I said, I have to have made customer of the day today. I mean, it was crazy.
I would guess so.
But yeah, it does get inconvenient because you have to. Oh, thank you, honey. You got my meds?
Well, go.
I know. Thank you. Appreciate you. I know you need to go back to work. I know, huh? Come on, you're in a good mood. That's what you want.
No way I'm retired. I gotta be doing all this all day.
No way he's gonna retire because then he's gonna have to get everything from me. But you do it so well, and I love you so much for it.
Oh, what? How could you resist that, Garrett?
I know. Suzy said, how can you resist that? What? Yeah, how? That's a loaded question? He said, that's a dumbass question, Suzy.
You're so nice.
He goes, how can I resist that? He can resist. Oh, by the way, I have my vitamin D, so I'll take that. It's on here on my desk. I couldn't find it anywhere.
I'm looking around to see if I could put a table in here. This is supposed to be my little workshop in here, and I'm using the dining area. I'd rather be closer to the living room. Okay, so I have a hummingbird update. There was a little hummingbird that was sitting by we have a bluebird feeding box over there, and there's a shepherd hook. So the hummingbird was there all day yesterday. And every time 2 other hummingbirds kept coming, and one the bird let eat, and the other one he kept chasing away. And I mean, because I have 2 feeders, and he was like watching them, like guarding them.
Anyway, a lot of people put purple martin bird feeders.
We don't have purple martins here, but maybe that's because we don't have the feeder.
Well, they're really tall, like they're on a long pole, and they're very high up.
The feeders or the bird boxes? Because
the feeders.
I know
like
some
the boxes. It's usually like maybe like about 3 little holes for them to go in. Like it's a big box, and they're very, very high up.
That's where they make their little nests.
Yeah, so I don't know what's the purpose of it being so high. I mean, I don't even know what a damn purple martin looks like, but they used to have them at the nursing home, the veterans home and one of the nurses there, her husband had one.
We have bluebird nesting boxes, and swallows came in this year, and mockingbirds came. And mockingbirds are, how do I say this? People say mockingbirds are jerks. They will chase other birds out of their nests. They will guard food feeding stations, and they might not even eat that food, but they'll chase other birds away because they're just jerks.
Oh, these are pretty little birds.
And they'll jump on cats. If you have a cat, it'll jump on it, and they'll beam people's heads. They look pretty, yeah. They look almost like
Angie. This morning,
Hello,
Angie, he came to bed smiling. And then he said to tell James to relax because they got till Saturday. But the news people, like the sportscasters and stuff this morning, they would go, yeah, just call us daddy. And I'm like, y'all can act cocky if you want, but you got another game to go. I felt sorry for the little Arkansas guy. Garrett showed me the play. The ball hit him in the head, and he missed it. So that's how LSU scored the winning run.
World Series. So
it's the College World Series. Yeah.
I was almost thinking, what sport are you watching? But I think LSU is a football team, so I didn't know if they wouldn't call the baseball teams.
But they win their baseball team is very good. I think their women's basketball is very good. Thank you, honey. Look, he brought me breakfast.
That's nice. I had that same breakfast. I had a cup of coffee from the dispenser at the dentist's office, and it gave me such heartburn. They didn't have enough like creamer. They only had like little fake creamer things. I was like, ugh.
Oh, I hate powdered creamer when you go somewhere and that's all they have.
It was the non-refrigerated liquid stuff, but
okay. Oh my God. I went to the doctor's office one time and they had coffee and they had the little creamers and it was sour.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I had to go tell the lady, I'm like, you might want to pick up those creamers because they are bad.
The coffee came out so hot. I took a thing, they had cold water, and I put some cold water in it to cool it off, and I figured it would make it less bitter, but honestly, I went in the bathroom and spilled it out. But now I'm awake, so did what it was going to do.
Angie, did you see the video of the little guy? He was just crying after when I got hit in the head. I said, well, maybe his head hurt. And Garrett goes, no, he knows he messed up. And he was hugging his mom. He goes, look, his mom had to console him. I said, you better stop. I said, that's mean.
It is
what
mean.
happens if LSU's pitcher was crying to his mama? You know?
Do they have pictures?
But I think what? She called me. When are you going to pick her up? All right, let me call her.
So it's the World Series for baseball.
Baseball College World Series.
I thought football is the Super.
No, it's not football season.
It's not the Bulls. That's in the cold.
Yeah, they were devastated, Angie. I feel sorry for them. Hey, Garrett's going to come pick you up. Garrett's going to come pick you up. All right. Bye.
Where are you going?
Oh, wait. This is the doctor. Hold on. Hello?
Mute yourself. Just muted. So what are y'all doing today? Is anybody doing anything fun? Fun and exciting? Teresa's already out of the house, she said. She was going out. Are you going to get to go to any fun stores today or just doctor appointments? What are you doing?
No, I'm going to leave early for my sister-in-law's.
It's quiet from 10 o'clock till about 6:30.
You hear him?
Hey,
Shelby, he's going to be in peace from about 10 o'clock till 6:30. So he's excited.
The emojis are wide open eyes.
Oh, no, Angie. Well, no, I have to bring my sister-in-law to get her mammogram and her EKG, and then I'll bring her to the store first before her appointment. Then I have to head to New Orleans, deep in the city, to bring my mom to the pain doctor.
What do you do when you're waiting? Do you get on the internet and look at reels or
I'm going to bring some crochet with me.
Okay. I've been watching
like something small to do.
There's a guy called that 40-year-old guy. He goes, do you mean to tell me I took 40 years to find out that I could put a potato on my windshield? Anyway. Do you know that guy? He has a southern accent and he goes, can you believe it took what? I don't know. I'll link you with some. He gives these tips and he makes recipes, but today's one was like he saw some guy take a potato, cut it, and then with the piece you cut off, you rub it on your window, hose it off, and it's like Rain-X.
Oh, the guy. It took. I was 40 years old or something before. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I'll watch him. He's so funny.
He is funny. Yes, he does. He finds other things that people have done, and then he goes, "Let's try it out." He was doing a corn one, and I'm like, I'll just use a knife. You put a bowl upside down in a bigger bowl, stick the corn cob up, and then take a knife. And
actually, you know how it's. Hey, Anne-Marie, you know how it's even easier? You take a bundt pan and you put the corn cob in the middle of the bundt pan, and you do it, and it falls into the pan.
Well, yeah, it's the same kind of thing. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
Thing if you don't have,
but it has that little hole, the hole in the middle to hold the corn, so it doesn't move.
He just took the corn and forced it through the. He was in a ring form pan or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, that just seemed like a mess. What is
right.
it?
Bacon and eggs, Shelby.
She's got the croissants for me. Thank you. You know what I would want?
Oh, I'm glad you get the rest, Angie.
Chicken and waffles. But they don't. Chicken and waffles in Pennsylvania isn't fried chicken on waffles. It's mush. It's chicken stew on a waffle. Anyway, I don't eat out that much. So I wonder what Tony's going to eat. I'm going to have to defrost some chopped meat.
I mean,
he's going to eat. Would he? He had a tooth on each side. Paul.
Why didn't you stop at Wendy's and get him a Frosty?
There's no Wendy's near there. There's a Wendy's in, a town over, like an extra farther away town.
Yeah, I would eat some scrambled eggs.
That would have been here at 10:30 if we went to Wendy's. Yes, we can have scrambled eggs for sure. Because I bought 18 eggs. Because I figured he'd be asking me to make scrambled.
Right, scrambled eggs, some soup.
Yeah, I mean,
he can eat, just not until he gets his feelings back, because then he'll bite up his mouth.
I would take a chocolate croissant. That would be nice.
I wish.
And a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Yes, she had that on her menu. And
did you have
fruit for John? John always wants fruit.
Last night I had, I cheated and had a piece of pizza. A couple pieces of pizza, like frozen pizza, wasn't even good, and I itched and scratched all.
Really?
Yes.
Because you might have had pizza on the same day as having a sandwich, like in the old days, and you just took it for granted. Like
I never paid attention. I never connected the itching to.
I used to feel that if I had, back in the day, if I had a beer, and I don't drink anything now, like. I used to feel like I got congested, and I thought maybe I'm allergic to something. Hi, Gwen. And my mom used to make this iced tea mix, and it was with an artificial sweetener that I don't use, which you like because it had the pink stuff in it. And I used to get congested from that too, and I thought I'm allergic to something.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was the gluten or if it was the pepperoni, because they got me off of sausage and like pre-preserved, like luncheon meats, all those processed meats.
The way to test it now is to have a plain slice of pizza and see if you get itchy, I guess, or wait a week and then try that.
Yeah.
Until you calm down. You got to calm your.
Well, I was discussing with Garrett last night. I said, okay, here, I was asking the nurse practitioner yesterday about a lot of people do carnivore when they have this because it's just a great elimination.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Personally, I know I will not do that. So then I thought paleo.
It's really hard. It's very hard because do they even have cheese on that? They just usually have meat and
butter. And eggs, meat, butter, and eggs. But paleo, you can have vegetables and fruit, but I have to be choosy with the fruit. Like bananas, they don't have high histamine, but they create the environment to increase your histamine.
Roll my eyes.
It's
Can't
a
wait.
lot. It's a lot. Like tomatoes don't necessarily have high histamine, but they create
I was listening
an
to
environment for histamines to become high. It's so much. You can't have leftovers unless you freeze them immediately.
one of the doctors was saying, if you want to just really do a complete elimination, she was eating canned sardines, and I said, "Oh, gross! Can you imagine spending?"
I can't have any kind of canned fish.
And you're not supposed to even
tuna?
have it. She said that for her made her inflammation go way down. Like, and she tests all the time because she's a doctor and she has access. So she'll say like, "Oh, my AFT is my AST." She starts rattling off like all the alphabet numbers for like inflammation markers, and she's like, "They go way down."
I'm gonna see if my labs are
More
here.
so, can you imagine having like 3 days in a row or 5 days in a row of sardines? I cannot. If it was zombie apocalypse, I'd probably say yummy, yummy, pass the sardines. But for right now,
If it tastes good, spit it out, right, Angie?
yeah.
They're having trouble signing later. No.
See, now, and I used to feel like the skins were hard, but I think the seeds with that like gummy stuff around it is probably hard to digest. For real.
Like I can have.
I guess if you plant the tomato, take off the skin, and then cut it, and then get out all the seeds and juice, whatever's left, that little bit might be fine.
So I can't have citrus.
Oh, sorry.
I can't have fruits. I can't have citrus. I can't have berries. I can't have blueberries. I can't have strawberries.
So strawberries get almost
Now,
everybody.
I like canned tuna, but I can't. Apparently, I would not eat canned sardines anyway. I can't have anything fermented, which I don't drink kombucha. I don't eat sauerkraut. So, you're not supposed to have vinegar. I do a little bit, like, they have it like in mayonnaise, ketchup, stuff like that. I'm sorry.
You can make your own mayo, if you could just put oil and eggs in a blender.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to have shellfish. And I said, well, I'm sorry. We had a crawfish boil, and I ate crawfish. She goes, well, but sometimes you have to look at quality of life, But she said, I said, how strict do I have to be? She goes, well, until you get everything under control, pretty strict. And then as you move on and you start feeling better, then you can add back and see certain things. Well, for some people.
Probiotics. Some of the probiotics, if you have like SIBO, they can help correct that like bacterial overgrowth. But if you don't really know 100% what's wrong with you, or if she had both issues, she'd be kind of screwed because
So I'm gonna stick with the gluten-free and stay away from the other high.
What about dairy? Can you have dairy?
I can have butter. I can have cream cheese. I can't. I'm not supposed to have like cottage cheese. Yay! Sour cream. Not supposed to have a lot of dairy, but dairy doesn't bother me if I don't like overload on it. So I'm pretty good with the dairy. I don't eat cottage cheese. So, and I don't eat sour cream very often. I don't eat kimchi either.
Well, have you ever had kimchi?
No, I mean, I would like it because I like cabbage and stuff like that.
It's very spicy, and it's all right. But I actually, if you're from New York and you have had a hot dog, they put sauerkraut.
All right, thank you. Can you call your sister?
We're used to that kind of stuff.
And tell her be ready?
I like fish, but I mostly like it fried. I'd like pan-seared salmon.
I like our fish, local fish here is catfish. I love catfish, and I love to grill it. Oh, I love cabbage too.
We don't even have a place to buy fish like catfish around here. Like there might, There might be like a store I'm missing, but
Right.
like,
And the problem with
else?
fish is it builds up histamines very fast. So,
So-
like if I eat salmon, it has to be like a flash frozen, like fresh flash frozen. So it gets crazy.
well, I mean,
Hello. Oh, I can tell my husband left.
in the
There's the
store
pork
where we shop, the salmon says on the package, there's a sticker, conveniently thawed for your use. It's like, thank you.
Yeah. Well, then I can't do it. Like, and like, leftovers build histamine the longer it stays, especially meat and ground meat.
Is it bacteria?
Yeah, because
Okay.
as the bacteria grows, the histamine level goes up.
Making a face. That's too bad. So
Oh, now I'm going to get my bath, I think, from Precious.
the other day we had our electricity flickering off. We had the internet off.
I know we lost you Tuesday. We lost Jane during the auction. It was crazy.
And I told you on the phone, like I was typing in, Alexa says, I do not have internet or something. I'm like, yeah, I realized.
Yeah, they are, Jeffrey. Yeah, that's what I was asking you. How could Alexa be on if you didn't have
That's
internet?
what I didn't know. I mean, like, I had no idea why maybe that's just some kind of recording.
Maybe was she picking up off your phone?
I don't really know, but I didn't even ask her, but she just says, I do not have internet. I don't think to connect to.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great, Glenn. We have some, like we have BRS here. There's several shops
Tony's
here.
Yeah, fresh is really good. They fish for trout all along the rivers around here, and even just down the street from me. So a lot of people get their fishing license, and on the actual gate to go to the trout stream, it says no Sunday fishing. And I'm like, that's because it's Amish land, maybe. But why won't they fish on Sunday? It's not like, I don't get it. Like, why Sunday? They don't want to do any kind of business. I understand. And they have to go to church. But after church, if they like it for fun.
I'm going to call my sister-in-law and tell her to be ready.
It's not a chore. I don't understand.
I found a good gluten-free pasta that hey, be ready for when I get off.
Well, I'm
online.
curious.
You have to go to the store.
I haven't had pasta in ages. I did make rice the other day. Oh, wow, that's cool, Glenn. Now you're making me want food. I've been, this week I don't feel like I feel like eating. I love salmon too. I mean, I love it, but like I'm okay with once a week and no more than that. And if it's every other week, I'm okay with that too. The fish needs to go to church. I'm guessing. Look at her is she talking to us? You're muted.
Ouch. I'm sorry. Bella wanted to say hi. Come on.
Hi, Bella.
Come on.
Portuguese food. Do you ever have do they have a paella? I know they have in Fall River, Massachusetts, the Portuguese bakeries have really nice bread. They have these things called bolos, but they have definitely excellent bakeries in the Portuguese bread. And I know I had Portuguese food once, but I don't remember what we had.
Thank you, Claudette.
All of a sudden, you sound low.
I sound low?
Yeah, like your volume went down. To me, unless my ears just shut off.
I don't know. Nothing changed.
Oh.
What did Jeffrey have?
He was saying that on the weekend he's going to have Portuguese food Saturday. Sounds good. I think it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I like different nationality food. I mean, like I get the Amish people eat some weird things. They call pot pie. If you make like a chicken stew and put thick square noodles on it. They call it a pot pie.
Well, Amish cheeseburger. You know what that is?
An
Amish
Amish.
cheeseburger. Amish cheeseburger. It's grilled cheese.
Is that lady with the eyes?
Yes, yes.
I was shopping with that Amish lady. She said to me, because Parmesan cheese was on sale, and she goes, "Oh, I'm going to buy it." And I'm like, "You use Parmesan?" And she said, "Well, when I make lasagna." And I'm like, "You make lasagna?"
Wow. I bet they don't make lasagna like we make lasagna, though.
But I think
I
they
don't make
do.
lasagna like most people because I don't eat ricotta cheese.
I think she makes it like she was buying like a big, like, manufacturer size box of barbecue potato chips. So they eat things that I wouldn't expect them to be eating. I would think they make their own chips from an actual potato. But no, she's, they buy snack food like crazy, but they buy it at the discount store.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do they serve at Portuguese restaurants?
They have like seafood and steaks, and I think they have like a chorizo kind of sausage, and they have good bread. I know, like when we went to some Portuguese restaurant, they had these like it was in between a French fry and a potato chip, and it was like a fried potato, and they put it on the table, and some nice crusty bread, and I remember having some seafood too, but I don't really remember other than fish and chicken dishes.
All kinds of fish and chicken dishes. Yeah.
But it kind of like probably the sauce might have different seasonings than you're used to, just something a little different. But I mean,
Sausage meals.
there's some things that kind of sauce. Is it a chorizo kind of sausage they use? Okay. I wish I could look it up, but I'm prepared for today. It's a good thing I had my computer in the same spot that I had it the other night.
I know, right? I gotta decide what I'm gonna bring to crochet. Something easy.
Actually, like when I opened it up, it said, "Do you want to rejoin the broadcast?" It was from Tuesday, and I'm like thinking, I almost went in there, and I'm like, I don't think it's right.
The other day for one of the shows, I told Teresa, I said, "I'll meet you in the back," and she goes, "I'm in the back." I'm like, "No, I'm in the back, and you're not here." She went in the wrong one. I do that sometimes.
So look here, we went to the store to buy
I'm
food for
sorry.
Tony. Hi,
Hey,
Jane. How are
Jane.
you? How's it going? So I didn't buy any food for me. I was just buying stuff for him. I forgot that I eat as well. So, but
I know.
I bought like a family-sized Jello.
A family-sized Jello?
Yeah, like it was a
like
really
you have to make?
Yeah, but I remember one time I had the flu, and I said to my mom, she's like, "What do you want?" And I go, "Can I have some Jello?" It wasn't like my throat was so sore, and she goes, "I'm not in the mood to cook." And I'm like, "Gotta boil water. It's not that hard."
Wow. You know what? When I like Jello, when it's like that thick consistency, but still soft, like just before.
You got to take a cup of the measurement of water, fill it up with ice cubes, and put the water on top. And when you dump it in, it makes it get gelled quicker, like way quicker.
Yeah, it does, because that water is so hot.
Yeah, it was good. Anyway, but she's like, when she said that to me, I don't feel like cooking, and I'm like, how is heating up water cooking? Since when? I mean, and you wouldn't do it for your daughter who has fever and a sore throat? That's sad. My mom was not a cook. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's funny.
She's
gonna pull your toes tonight.
What?
I said she's gonna pull your toes tonight.
Oh, well, she can pull them all she wants.
Yes. You put the Jello in the when you make the popsicles, they taste really good. Because they were like a thick, like they didn't melt so easy.
Are you talking about the Jello pops that they used to have? They were so good.
Yes.
I still talk about that to Tony, and he says, "Are you talking about that thing that Bill Cosby
Yeah, not the pudding
Cosby.
one, but
And I said, I go, no, not, it's Cosby, not Crosby. Cosby. I go, not the pudding pops. They were Jello frozen pops. They were so
those
good.
were so good. Yes,
Love them. They should bring them back. We should
a
all
lot of
of
people
us,
here.
everybody, Claudette, do it. You do it. I'll do it. We should write Jello. And if we all send letters at the same time, maybe they'll.
I know, right? They
Yeah,
a lot of the little ladies here make frozen cups, but they call them huckabucks, and they're just like they use cups like frozen, like the little bathroom cups, but the bigger.
Can you freeze Jello though? I mean, like they used to whip it, like it was almost like a gelato-y sorbet kind of texture.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It was good. I wish we had the technology to do it
Sean,
ourselves.
never mind.
We don't.
Never mind. Oh, that's Thomas. Never mind. Can you get me a drink?
They're great homemade popsicles. Interesting. I used to have a popsicle mold.
Yeah. Yeah, they stayed firm. Even when they were melting, they were still firm. They were good. My aunt used to make this stuff. She crushed Oreos and then she mixed the Jello with whipped cream and then it separated on its own.
Jello 1, 2, 3. They used to have Jello 1, 2, 3.
So
it's separated.
Oh, I know. LSU and the different teams, like some of the bars they had a competition which team bought the most Jello shots. So I think LSU may have won that.
You're betting college kids on who can buy the most Jello shots.
Well, not college kids. It's like all the tourists that comes in.
It is too easy to overdo alcohol in Jello shots because you don't feel it going down. I went to a party that had Jello shots, and I remember I was drinking like some of them, and
it's just a fun
fell
thing.
Asleep in my friend's yard and on a bench.
And it's they sold 20,000 plus.
Oh man, that's a lot. Jello shots are. No, I know.
Yeah, but it's all the tourists coming in that they do it just to see what team wins.
I like Jello, actually, but
and they donate the money to food banks.
I don't like Jello as a regular thing, but like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, I like Jello. I don't like yellow Jello, and I don't like green Jello so much. I like cherry, sometimes strawberry.
I think like the sugar-free Jellos, the yellow Jello is horrible.
Yeah. Oh, if you buy in sugar-free Jello, you have to buy Jello brand. If you buy like Walmart brand, it is so gross.
But
said Jello is gross.
If you're having let's say a colonoscopy and you have to be on the liquids, you have to have like you can have green, I guess, but you can't have anything with red for some reason.
Right.
And so I was taking gummy bears the last time. I remember and plucking out all the yellow gummy bears and I was just eating those. And I was
there's alcohol in it, right?
The red and
I don't know. I'm going to be honest and say I've never had a Jello shot.
Well, I had them at one party, and then I will never have one again, probably because I don't drink. So
yeah, I don't really. I will have a good eggnog daiquiri, around Christmas or whatever. But
that eggnog and daiquiri shouldn't be in the same sentence, in my opinion. But okay, yeah, they do.
Oh, I didn't think so either, but it was delicious. And Claudette said they go down very smooth.
They do.
Oh, yeah, okay. You might be a good girl with that, but,
But I don't believe with the smiley, laughy faces. I don't believe her.
I know I don't believe
I'm going to say. If you say,
just lost her crown right there.
She's probably drunk already.
Uh-huh.
You might not. You drink? I wish I liked it. I wish it agreed with me in a way. I used to like it, but my liver is 60s, and my liver is in the 60s, and it's like been on medicine almost constantly since the 90s, so my liver doesn't like alcohol anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a big wine person. I like a sweeter wine, but
not gummies.
I'm not I just, like I said, when we go on the cruise, if I have one or two drinks the whole cruise, that's plenty for me.
It doesn't even I used to enjoy a drink. I used to like to go hear music, have a couple drinks. Now I have one sip of alcohol and I feel so weird. And if it's the wrong kind of alcohol,
yeah,
I don't want.
Yeah, I can imagine, Angie.
Well, that's good, Jennifer. It doesn't really. I don't know. I don't want to be around drunk people. Period. Honestly, drunken people scare me.
Yeah, I mean, you can drink and not get drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Hot, they're usually more mellow, and the only fights they get into is who's getting the last slice of pizza. But you get people drinking, and then all of a sudden people want to.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling either, Jennifer. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with occasional, a glass of wine with dinner or something like that.
People really, really, really like it, and if they really like it, then they really like it. I don't. Well,
Yep.
Well,
oh Lord.
My husband was talking about those pot people. He was talking about people who smoke pot. And he goes, those pot people. He goes, well, you should. He goes, for someone who's a pot person, he goes, you don't know what it smells like, because every time we smell a skunk, he says someone smoked a pot, and I go, it's not always pot. Sometimes the skunk is a skunk, especially in the country, And we drove by a skunk today, and he's saying someone smoked a pot. I go, there's nobody here at all. Much less, and I don't think the cows are smoking pot, so it's not pot.
I know if I do my vape, my medical vape, that if Garrett's in the car, I get real careful because he works. But
oh yeah, it's secondhand.
Oh, finally, it's doing well. That's good, Jennifer.
Hands up if you're not a pot person. I did.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a great cure for me, but it takes the edge off.
Yeah, sometimes the thing about it is, I don't know. It makes my throat feel irritated lately if I try the vape. And I bought some, they're not gummies, but they were little pills you could take. And they're supposed to be like a gummy. I guess they have THC.
Right. Stay that way, Ashley.
But I think it makes me hungry, and I don't need to feel hungry, but it does take the edge off.
Yeah, it does.
If I have if I want to do something, okay, I was talking to a guy who owned a pot business, and I said, so what do you like sativas or indicas? And he said, they're the same thing. I go, no, they're not. He goes, yes, they are. And he goes, they really, really, really are derived from the same plant. And the fact that they make such a big distinction is mind-boggling to me, because he was just insisting it was really different. He goes, he was saying indicas can make you tired, or they can make you not, and the other ones can too. And he goes, and they're both going to make you hungry. And,
I know, that's what I didn't understand when. Stop it.
Well, people always say sometimes the sativas make you feel more awake, like you want to do things. And the indicas make it more like you want to sit on the couch and chill. So they would prescribe, if you went to a medical dispensary, they would prescribe sativas for day and indicas for night.
Yeah, that's awesome, Jennifer.
Right.
Maybe she'll become even more controlled than, lower than that. But I bet if can she tolerate lower? Because I know mine was high for so long that if I got to 100, which is normal for a lot of people, I would get sick. Now I can tolerate lower.
People could people who are really, really trying to control metabolic syndrome can go very low and be okay with it.
Yeah.
And
Now Garrett can go low and be okay, but if I hit 100, I'd start shaking. And
I used to feel weird if I got to be like, if I was in the 60s or 70s, it would really make me feel bad. Like, I mean, to the point that I felt dizzy and I had to sit down. I needed to have like almost a rebound sugar thing because, you know, I'd have to go get like a sugary coffee drink or something to feel better, but that's not good.
oh, okay.
That's what they say. I mean, I've had, what do they call it? Okay, now that they do the blending ones, hybrids or whatever,
Uh-huh.
it's really all the same kind.
I think mine is an indica.
Yep, they all make you hungry though. And if you're trying to watch what you eat,
And some of the
I
names
want to watch
they
what I eat as I'm eating it. I want to keep it in the fridge or in the cupboard. I really like snacks. I can't get it out of my head. Even on this like diabetes medicine, I still want to eat. I mean,
right.
like I'll still want 3 cookies and a chocolate bar. Can't get it.
But you know the difference. When I used to binge on chips, I'd eat the whole big bag.
Okay.
Now I might eat a few, and then
I
I'm good.
get that. That for chips, it's very for the salty snacks. I can kind of have a very sensible portion. I could just taste it. Like, yeah, I can have like a handful and be okay.
Yeah.
We need a bag. But for sweets, sometimes I'll take something sweet and I'll be like, okay, I'm good with one piece. But if I'm not really in the mood,
right.
I mean, I took really slivers of pound cake the other day where I would have taken a chunk. So I know I'm eating less. I lost like 24 pounds.
That's awesome.
But
I went to the doctor. I was down to 165, and I started out over 220. So.
Oh, okay, congratulations. Well, I don't know. I've been kind of
like, laughing when I think I had mentioned that when I did that video and I was real close, and I'm like, oh, Thomas, why didn't you tell me? I was so wrinkled. And he goes, Ma, you've been like that. Thanks a lot, Thomas. Is Dad back yet with Grandma? Okay.
Oh, that's why you
I could see these people that use filters when they're on video, and then there's some videos they're not on the filter, and then people like, well, you look really, you know, they were saying to the person doing the video that she looks so good for a 54, and I'm thinking, yeah, and she has a filter on that's making her look fantastic, but if you look at the other videos she does, she don't look so great. So I don't mean to, like, she's a pretty lady, but she has, you know, she doesn't have the skin of a 30-year-old. She has the skin of a 54-year-old.
Right. Thanks, Jennifer. Oh, I tell you, it's like on here, I put a filter on here, and I laugh. Sometimes I told Teresa, I said, oh, my filter's already on, and we laugh.
I don't know how to put a filter on.
You hit the settings button, and it'll say, it says, touch up my appearance. And I dragged that bar all the way.
Well, I don't have that. It says camera resolution. I could change that.
No. You go to the little gear.
I'll go to gear general. Okay.
And at the bottom, it says, go to the bottom under your camera. It'll say mirror my camera. And then it says touch up my appearance.
Then go to the camera. Oh, okay, maybe I gotta scroll.
But when I do my videos, I don't put
no.
touch up.
I don't have it. It says heads up. You have an overlay that covers a lot of the screen. Go down. Nope. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Oh, I used to snack so much at work. It was horrible.
These small adjustments, honestly. I mean, and when it wasn't raining, I would put on waterproof shoes. Lately, the grass is so tall and the water is so bad from all the rain we've been having. I'm wearing like my muck boots, and I used to walk up and down the blueberry patch, which is it's all on the side of a hill going up and down, and I was going up and down like 4 times, and it's exercise, you know. And I did like a thing where I'd go around the perimeter here, and just to see what's growing, because we don't even know. Like we have raspberry plants around the edge of our property, and I want to see if they're turning red. But and also some of the blueberries are turning blue, and so I wanted to pick them. But there's so many of those cicada bugs, and when they land on me, I jerk myself in ways it hurts. And honestly, I get like anxiety when they land on me. It's like, they're so big and scary. And they don't do anything, but I don't like it. They bonk right off your head. One of them was on me, and I came in the house, and I told you, like, I saw it, and it started, blowing. I don't like them. And I have been starting to get bites. So mosquitoes are. Oh, last night though, I have to say, fireflies were everywhere. It was like so cool looking. It was like fairy lights everywhere, sparkling. It was beautiful.
I'm sending a note to my doctor to see if I can get a copy of that DNA test.
I wonder if we could film it? Like the fireflies were so cool. It looked like that was amazing. I never saw so many fireflies in one spot. Mozzies, the mosquitoes, they're really. I used to get really swollen and have allergic histamine reaction from mosquito bites. And it's a mosquito, Jennifer. Mosquito.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
I thought that was Australian, like they said mozzies.
Okay. I just wanted to send her a note.
Well, anyway, I'm going to go look at the fireflies tonight.
Okay.
Because it's not raining. They like humidity, and it's very humid here, and the rivers are really high. Well,
yeah, the rivers here are high. Don't even think of it. No, ma'am. Suzy, I got to wrap up because my husband's back with my mom, and I got to get going on those appointments.
All right. Well, everybody, have a good week. Feel good. Keep the bugs off. And
that sounds good, Jennifer. She said she was thinking mozzarella sticks.
Oh, Mozzie's.
There's
I like mozzarella sticks. That was one of the things recently that I okay. That's good to know. If we have to find our ecosystems. That's nice to know.
All right, guys.
Take care.
We'll see you tomorrow on Dawn Seals. And the dogs are going crazy because Grandma's here. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. I want a Mozzie stick now.
Oh, wait. I got to end.